Boom! We're live. It is the Martin Fowler Scrum. We have Vincent and Matt and Lara and Sam, and I am talking, and I will go first. And I will say that yesterday evening I managed to do a little bit of programming with Michael on the async bot, and we're to host it on Amazon Web Services and available for running votes in your channel. It'll only run one vote at a time at the moment. We really want to make it run multiple votes in parallel. Before diving into that, we're just trying to get a test harness in there because there's a bit of a spike. So we have started on that. We've got Mocha, an initial Mocha test, and we're hoping to play with, there's a bot mock. So it runs in BotKit, and there's a bot mock framework, which will hopefully allow us to do some nice end-to-end tests. Other things that have happened, I spent most of the morning, apart from my usual blogging activity, reaching out to different sponsors. Also launched an Agile Ventures Christmas campaign. It is Give Agile Ventures for Christmas. There is now the ability to sponsor other members for Agile Ventures Premium, and so on and so forth. And that's interesting. Patrick's asking if he should start the Scrum, and I guess I thought it went. Is it not? It has pinged in there.
Yeah, it has. It just didn't put the YouTube link though.
The YouTube thing I think is there now. I guess maybe Pat.
Okay,
So it looks like Pat trying to join us. I noticed Pat. I guess I wonder if we're having a Slack split there. Anyway. So getting back, sharing thoughts. Yes, Agile Ventures for Christmas. For those difficult to shop for people, the people who just have everything. What they may not have is Agile Ventures Premium. So do consider that in your as you put your holiday gift lists together. Hey there, Pat. You all right?
Hi. I didn't see the notifications come through on Slack.
Yeah, but they seem to be there for me, and I think the others saw them. So I don't know. There was. I noticed yesterday, Pat, when we were DMing, that your Slack seemed to say that you were offline, but you weren't. I wonder if there's some sort of strange Slack weirdness going on. But
might be.
Indeed. So I was just doing my update, which I've pretty much finished my updates. Let's go on to. I guess the final thing is what am I doing? No real blocks apart from I'd love more time. And going forward, we've got the mob programming session coming up in about 25 minutes. Looking forward to that. Lara, how are things going with you?
Great. So yesterday I did all the refactoring on local support as per your suggestions. So it's been pushed up and everything's passing. So it's ready for your review again, Sam, just to make sure you're happy before you merge.
Yeah. Did you see my other comment on that?
There was somebody else who commented on it, and I wasn't quite sure. It was Johnny, I think.
Yeah, John. Yeah, there was. I think we have one outstanding issue before we need to merge. I left another comment on which maybe you haven't seen yet. Anyway, we can look at that later.
I'll have a look at that. And then on MedPlus, I did the refactoring to make Hound stop barking at us, but I see he's still giving us 4 issues. So it's about some spacing issues now, which I must just look at. And that's
Great stuff.
me.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sorry, yes, I've been working on the wireframes, but I'm working on it in between doing my client work. So I'll probably be able to present something on Monday.
Oh, that's great, Lara. Thanks.
All right. Good stuff. Okay. Thank you, Lara. Let's go on to Matt. How are things going with you?
Oh, very good. I've got one of those. I'm unblocked for 3 different things. So I got one of them finished, that last update date for the project, so we can sort by it.
So the website one sorting by recent updates. Yes.
Yeah, just got the data populating. I just got a quick question. I got like 6 commits in there, and I want to. Is there a way to squash them on GitHub or?
Well, they'll get squashed when they're merged, so don't worry about squashing them.
Don't worry about it. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. There is a way, but these days with the new GitHub PR squashing protocol, you don't.
It does. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are options. The person doing the merge needs to know how to do the squashing. There's like this is a drop down. So yeah.
Oh, okay, it's drop down. Okay.
Cool. So nothing blocking you at the moment.
Nothing blocking me. I got a couple things to do. So.
Great. Good stuff. Yeah, we had a good session yesterday, didn't we? Unblocking stuff. Excellent. Vincent, how are things going with you?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm trying to like sort of. I'm just looking through the number of tasks on the pivotal tracker just to get a sense of what we're up to at the moment.
Sure. And which project are you looking at? The local support, Met Plus? The
Yes, local support.
local support, right. Indeed, indeed. Excellent. Yes. And so, yeah, did you need some help reviewing those tasks or suggestions or anything at all to get you started?
I'm not exactly sure where to begin, really.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, we can absolutely help you with that. Yeah. Let's take that to the. I guess that's your key block, and we'll take that at the end of the Scrum. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Great. Yeah. So I've got that ready, the board to look at that with Vincent. Let's just do Pat. Pat, how are things going with you?
Good, thank you. So yesterday I delivered a PR and waiting for that to be reviewed. And I also reviewed PRs. I reviewed Laura's. And it sounds like she's already made fixes relative to that. And as usual, Hound unearths other issues when you fix some issues. So it's chasing your tail, to use a metaphor involving a dog, I guess. And then also reviewing Vijaya's PR this morning, and I'll have comments for her. And that was pretty much it for my plus for me, and no blockers.
All right, there we go. Well, that's our Scrum. Does anybody else have any kind of like urgent coordination-y stuff that that they didn't think of, or anything else that needs to be done?
Oh, I forgot to mention that Redeemify is now unblocked. We got I'm very happy about that. All the cucumber tests are passing. So the next, I know one Alex, I think his name.
Alex, yeah.
Alex.
Either way,
do refactoring. But maybe Francis and I can start back on the API. I want to get more than, I don't want to just do it myself.
Sure.
So I want to try to get the team involved.
Excellent.
So maybe that's in Slack mostly.
Yeah, and feel free to do what Michael Jurger's doing on DDA Palette, which is to sort of like, specify the times in advance and like announce that in the Slack channel and say, hey guys, let's try. I mean, that's often one of the trickiest things. It is great to do the pairing, and I think when the pairing comes together, the quality of the code goes up, and the knowledge of all what's going on around the team and the ability goes on. The logistics of getting people together at the right time with the right connection and so on.
That's hard. I'm not sure they want to either.
Yeah. And I think that's we the start of Agile Ventures, I was like, oh, we must pair all the time. I think the reality, the logistics are that they can't happen all the time, and that's why I have pull requests and code review as a kind of a backup for that. So
okay,
cool. Yeah, great that's Redeemify is unblocked. We can move forward there. Okay, yeah, well, that's the items. I guess I'll see Matt and Lara. Be seeing both of you in 20 minutes for the mob programming.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's just help Vincent out then with the local support. So, Vincent, have you got set up with the local support software in some form or another?
Yes, I'm actually. I actually tried again, like last night, to run the tests and see that it's working again. So I already got it set up, and my code's ready with me.
Okay, yeah, and I'm just out of interest. You're on OS X or Windows, or what local machine are you using?
Yes, I'm on OS 10 right now.
Okay, great, and that's all working fantastic. So yeah, so the board laid out. I presume you've been doing the 169 Agile development using Ruby on Rails course. Is that right, Vincent?
What? Sorry, what's 169?
Oh, okay. Look, there is a massively open online class called Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails that many people come to us from, but it sounds like if you don't know what that is, then don't worry at all. Not a problem. I was just getting a bit of like how you came to Agile Ventures and local support.
Actually, so maybe about 2 years ago, I actually read a bit about the Odin project, and I've sort of I had some exposure to it.
Yes.
But then over time, I was looking for some sort of opportunities to contribute to open source, because there are a lot of students who were building the website. And It turns out that Odin was actually one of the projects in Agile Ventures, so that's what brought me here.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, well, that's great. We love the Odin project, and that's great to know. Yes, and so local support is a great starting project to work on. And basically, where we are, we can sort of see in the current, like, this is what people are currently working on. And in the first instance, the easiest thing to do is sort of look through the backlog and try and pick something off there. I just noticed actually we did just have a vote on this particular story here, and that's been set as a 2-pointer. So the idea is that everything in the backlog is kind of ordered by priority, with the highest priority at the top, and then we've got the sort of 1s, 2s, and 3s to indicate how challenging they might be. So I guess, have you had a look at any of these individual tickets in the backlog with an eye to something that might be interesting to work on?
Well, I was currently looking at I'm actually looking at the I think that's called the first one. My view kind of looks different from yours. It's called user not linked to or not linked with organization.
Okay. Yes. Right. So that's kind of the current. Well, do you want to share your screen and show me the view that you've got, just so we can coordinate on that? It's a good thing to watch.
Sure,
Go on.
Sure. So here it is. Hold on.
I noticed we've got seven viewers. Great to have so many viewers. Actually, also our recorded things, I've noticed have been spiking. We've getting like 80 or 90 people watching them and like thumbs up and stuff. So, viewers, we love you. Come and join us at agileventures.org and join in our Christmas party of gifting Agileventures to the rest of the world. Yeah, so you've got there. Oh, no, that's interesting. You've got a sort of a current / backlog.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so that is a slightly confusing layout, in as much as, so for example, that thing that's at the top of your current / backlog, that user not linked with organization, that's something that's been done, and we're going to be sort of showing to the client for their acceptance or rejection of it. Now that's interesting there, that I guess this is maybe a new version of Pivotal Tracker or something there. I guess if you scroll down in that current backlog, I think the colors change from yellow to gray there. So I think those ones there, where they're gray, that actually indicates the backlog.
Okay.
So there are a couple of options. I mean, for the ones, if you go back to the yellow portion, or the higher up one, anything that still has finish mentioned there, that's something where there's room to collaborate. There's a person working on that, and there may be room to collaborate. So if you saw an item there that was unfinished, you could sort of look at it. You could see who was working on which, and you could reach out to that person, in a Slack or Hangout or what have you, and say, "Oh, I see that you're working on this. I'm really interested in that," and you could try and join in with them. And of course, that all depends on if you're keen on working by yourself or want to work with someone else. If you're keen to start like on a fresh thing that no one has worked on yet, then if you scroll down on those gray ones where they're all, there's no one's clicked start on them, then they're all sort of open for playing and getting done.
I'm seeing that there's like the first 4 tasks here, and I'm seeing the word like December 26th. Is that like the due date for these deliverables?
Well, interestingly, what that is it's not so much a due date, it's a prediction. So we have kind of a velocity that the system, it looks to me, is it just setting it to 10? I'm not sure. It's what it's ideally supposed to do. The whole tracker thing is it works out a velocity based upon our, how quickly we've been able to deliver tickets in the past, and it uses that velocity to predict at our current rate, this is the date by which we might get stuff done. So, for example, that 26th of December there, I think that's saying that. It would predict that we would get these done by that time, but that's not a commitment. Like, it's like if you start doing one of those, that doesn't mean that we are expected to finish it by 26th of December or anything. It's more for, it's our kind of guideline, like more when the client, if you look at my screen briefly here, and we just look at the backlog, the client might be saying to us, well, okay, so this switch from landing page from organization to volunteers, which is here at the bottom of the backlog, they might say, well, when do you think that's going to be ready? And we'd say, well, based on our current priorities and our current work rate, that probably won't be available until the end of February. Okay,
got it.
Yeah, so you don't particularly have to worry about those dates. You can just focus on working on the individual ticket, and things can get moved up. The client can say, oh, well, that's really, really important, and they asked me to move it up in the list, and so on. So yeah, I mean, the thing really to do is to look through these different items in the backlog and see if anything piques your interest. I just mentioned that there's a guy, Daniel, who was just asking in the thing. I was just pointing him towards this incorporate reach skills volunteer opportunities. I think that's quite an interesting one that no one has really looked at. There's there's a couple of bigger ones that are kind of interesting, but also quite complex, like so integrating lists with map and post-star volunteer ops to do it. I mean, yeah, I mean, feel free to ask away about individual tickets in the chat, and even if you don't like the look or are not interested in any of those, you can go into the icebox and potentially, you know, anything that's been voted on is in principle you could start working on. Or if you even see something that's not been voted on and you think, oh, I'd really like to work on that, then you know, we can start a vote on that in the Slack channel and you know, get it into the backlog. And so we've got this, you know, it's open source. We want to some extent deliver the things the client is interested in, but it's also, you know, for your learning benefit, you know, and matching up something that's like in the sweet spot for you feel like you could take it on, it would be a good challenge, and so on and so forth. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, that's a good overview. Yeah, I actually have like maybe one or two things in mind, but I'll check out the icebox as well, just to get a sense of how I could get started.
Sure, absolutely. Well, that sounds good. And do feel free to ping me in that we should. I can see you're not logged into. In order for you to click start on a ticket, we need to add you as a member to the Pivotal Tracker. So just, you know, ping me, and I will make sure that you get connected to that, so that when there is one that you do choose to start working on, you can click start and so on. But either which way, you know, don't worry about some people are like, oh well, I shouldn't mention stuff in the Slack channel is our kind of place just sort of dump stuff. So if there's anything you're thinking about and you're thinking, oh, I don't know about this one, or you just want any more information, either ask in the tickets, or you can always like get my attention in the Slack channel by contacting me, and I'll do my best to answer as quickly as possible.
Great, thanks, Sam.
You're most welcome, Vincent. Great to meet you. Yeah, I better get on because we've got this mod programming thing starting. Lara, will I see you there?
Yes, definitely.
I'll see you there. All right, great stuff. Vincent, great to see you in the Scrum. If you can make other Scrums and Hangouts in the future, great. If not, I'll see you on Slack.
Great, thank you.
All right, bye for now.
Bye.